So I'll explain a bit more. So I know you are all familiar how to play this motivational activity. So what word that plays this picture? Big cry. Big cry. Big cry. Big cry. Busy. Is that? Busy. What word that plays this picture? Very good. And that will be our topic for today. It's all about basic concepts, theories, and principles in assessing learning using alternative methods. So our learning objectives is, at the end of this lesson, the students are expected to know alternative assessment-related concepts, theories, and the different principles in assessing learning using alternative methods of assessment, and participate actively in group discussions and activities, and hindi mo kung bagay sa akin ba maligidit ako sa PowerPoint. Then demonstrate the learnings through role-playing, pageant, reporting, cooking show, or etc. as long as you're showing creativity. So what is assessment? So, anong importante mga yes with me? Thank you, Ms. Brittany, for sharing your ideas. So, assessment class is the process of gathering quantitative and or qualitative data for the purpose of making decisions. I would like to stress the process of gathering quantitative and qualitative data. So, quantitative means numbers, figures, right? Then, qualitative data is descriptive. It's like seldom, never, always that use teacher to gather data. So, assessment classes, for example, the teacher is delivering her lessons in front of class. So, in order the teacher to know whether the students really understand the lesson, so the teacher is giving a test, and that test is what we call assessment. And then, after giving the assessment, the teacher finds out that majority of the class got low score. So, it means the students, wala sila kasabot sa discussion sa teacher. Sumutong, nagplan ng teacher na i-reteach niya balik ang lessons so wala mga students kasabot sa lesson. And those decisions na makes teacher is through assessment. So, assessment is, the purpose of assessment is making decisions. So, next is assessment of learning. So, assessment of learning is a systematic and purpose-oriented collection, analysis, and interpretation of evidence of student learning in order to make informed decisions relevant to the learner. So, from the preposition word, from the preposition of, it means to say, it is measuring the amount of the students, measuring the amount of learning of the students acquired after the teacher delivering his or lesson. So for example, for this one is ang teacher nag-discuss, then after sa discussion nagkuhan siya kanang karon na-discuss yan, yung pag-augma, nag-conduct siya o kanang summative na test or mga quiz niya. Or na-measure sa teacher ang amount na learning nga na-acquire students, kung nag-conduct siya o test. So katong score nila, mo to evidence sa ilahang learning. So if they got high score, it means na nakasabot sila, naninaw, wala nag-time sa klase. Then if low ilahang score, maybe na to, or isa po may gibuhat sa students na or yung mga barrier na wala kang focus ang mga students. So that is what we call assessment of learning. So next is assessment for learning. So assessment for learning is different from assessment of learning. So assessment for learning is formative in nature and is meant to identify gaps in the learning experiences of students so they can assist in achieving the curriculum outcomes. So the purpose of the assessment is for the students to learn more. So for example, for this one is in the group in the discussion. So the teacher is questioning the students para makaibaw bitaw ang kanang teacher if whether nakasabot ba ang students. So if ever walang masabtan, mag-guide sa teacher kung asay mga walang masabti sa students. So the purpose for the assessment is for students to learn more. So next is the traditional assessment. Traditional assessment is the use of traditional assessment strategies to provide information in student learning. It could be objective or subjective. So, di ba ang objective is one ang possible mo answer. Then, ang subjective is you can opinions. So, traditional assessment class, this means old way na itong pag-assess sa learning sa mga bata. Pero, example for this one is pencil paper test. Itong magsuwat-suwat na sila ng like multiple choice, mga essay, mga identification ng mga quizzes. Muna example sa traditional assessment with the use of paper na i-assess sa ilang learning. So what is alternative assessment? So alternative assessment, the use of alternative or non-traditional assessment strategies or tools to collect information on student learning. So this is the opposite of the traditional learning. So traditional learning, the use of pencil paper test man. So alternative assessment is measuring the learning of the students through demonstrating or having performance. So for examples for this one class is performance-oriented assessment. So performance-oriented assessment is the actual performance of students of how students perform the particular task to how students demonstrate. So for example, for this one is kahit si Ma'am Girlie, nag-teach siya kasi mga dance steps sa cha-cha. In order ka ng si Ma'am Girlie maka-assess or kaibaw siya whether we understand ba sa ang learning, naka-learn ba taas ng mga dance steps sa cha-cha, unang yun mo siya ang performance task nga i-execute ang mga steps sa cha-cha dance. That is one example of performance-oriented assessment. So product-oriented assessment. So product-oriented assessment, teachers focuses on the tangible outputs of the student. So for example, for this one is theory teacher tayo, dutuduan ka o kanang saan pag-speech o trapo. Then, or makaibaw po ng teacher nga makaibaw pa tayo there saan pag-speech, ipahimo po tayo niya o trapo to check sa atuang kanang gininino nga nice ba siya, kanang how neat it is, how kanang nice mga atuang ginama, or kanang organized pa mga atuang pagka-ahit. So, product-oriented, from the word product means tangible. So, tayo na ba? So, next is the features of alternative assessment by Silvestri by 2009. So, assessment is based on authentic task that demonstrates learners' ability to accomplish communication goals. So we can call an alternative assessment if that assessment is not demonstrating, the students are not demonstrating or having performance. If whether ka ng student is nagsusuwat na dira sa papel, nag-answer na multiple qualitative assessment. So, wala man na student ka perform or ga-demonstrate of something. So, instructor and learners focus on communication, not on right and wrong answers. So, the teachers and the learners there should always be a continuous communication so that there's a continuous learning. So, saan mong pag ka-learn sa student, if mauwa ang student raise ka ng question sa teacher. Kung saan pag learn niya mo, kung wala ko sabihan yung nakita. Kung hindi, explain yung hindi. So, having a continuous communication is very important. Have continuous learning. So, learners help set the criteria for successful conclusion of communication tasks. Since nagkakaroon kayo ba student-centered na ta? So, ang learners, ang teachers, gaan siya ka ng chance agigaan ng chance ang mga students na maka-help og set sa criteria. Kaya nga naman, it helps student to makaibaw sila maka-achieve sila ng criteria kasi sila man mismo ang nag-demo. So, there's no reason na hindi nila ma-achieve ng criteria para ma-aim sila og high grades. So, learners have opportunities to assess themselves and their peers. So, napantay mo sa iba with the use of checklist. Diba, natay-tay nga kanang i-assess na to ang performance na to ang magalingon, sa to ang peers, but kanang ang checklist is dili siya recorded. Kaya nga naman, ato man, based na itong idea, dili man sa teacher. Kaya nga naman, if ever si Aimee, ipasa siya sa magalingon, syempre, yes, to be perfect tanan. Gusto ko, bukang mga pag-zero sa magalingon. Diba? There are other alternative methods of assessing learning. So, performance assessment. So, just like what I said earlier, akong demonstrate ang bata or ang teachers let the students have performance to assess their learning. So, next is the portfolio assessment. So, portfolio assessment is the type of assessment the teachers require the students to have a portfolio. So, it is a compilation of the activity of the students from the beginning of the class until the end of the class. Nga naman, para makaibawa ka ng teacher whether na-may progress or development ang bata sa lagag. Kaya first day pa sa class, until pinawian na, or sa last day sa school year. So next is the use of rubrics. So, it has a criteria for judging. It is guide for teachers on how to rate the performance of students. So the teachers should be not biased by rating the performance of students based on the criteria. So very important siya rubrics, di ba? Magandang mga performance ng mga bata. Nga naman, kung may reference ang teacher kung saan nila pag-rate ang performance sa bata. Kaya sabihin sila, favor na si ma'am, tayo ka ng kauban sila ni Kuan, pinangga niya mga students si Kuan. Di ba? With the use of rubrics, it is very important in assessing the performance of the students. The use of checklists, like what I said earlier, atong assess niyo ang iyong kaugalingon, i-assess niyo ang iyong kanang score sa iyong kaugalingon or kanang whether na-reach na niyo ang kanang goal or i-assess niyo ang kanang inyong peers or classmates. So next is we have the models of alternative assessment. So first is we have the emergent assessment. So this focus on determining the effects of the instruction on students. It's more on gathering qualitative data through direct and indirect observation. So for example, for this one is kanang klase mo kanang values kintahay. Values teacher mo, gusto mo makalibaw gusto niyo i-rate ang student kanang honesty si student. So ang saan ninyo na. So indirect observation, I told you ito mismo mo observe sa bata, honest ba siya, ito mismo matag yung situation or kanang scenario or kanang challenge nga kanang ma-show ba siya ng bata o kanang honesty. So in indirect observation, for example, for this one is kanang nag-ask pa sa iyang mga peers or sa other teachers kung sa ilang observation sa bata. So, muna ay indirect observation in gathering qualitative data. So, next is we have the developmental assessment. This focuses on determining the extent students have developed their competencies from instruction. So, for example, for this one is having, di ba kabantay mo ng mga modules like post-test and pre-test. So that is one example of developmental assessment. I-assess nila if ever wala pag-deliver ang instruction or ang lesson. Sila na ito ng pre-test. I-place score to ato, mag-compare na itong score sa post-test after na-deliver na ang lessons. In the word development. So next is we have the authentic assessment. With the use of assessment strategies or tools that allow learners to perform or create a product that is meaningful to the learners as they apply their knowledge and skills to real-world context. Diba, kita teachers, ito na mag-pintahay ka ng if you're going to deliver our lessons, tayo na hindi mo dyan ka na katuwang i-relate na to sa kanang real world yung mga scenario para mas masabi sa students. So, for example, for this one is kanang math teacher tahay, kanang tuwan siya kanang simple nga kanang addition, kanang teacher. Okay, class, pila may 1 plus 1. Siyempre, makata dyan, hindi siya mismo may nga tuwang answer. Makata dyan siya kanang real world mga context. For example, isugo si Jessa palit o kanang pikulo sa iyang kanang papa isa kasi hapon niya si Heaven na po isugo lang po palit o kanang fireworks isa kasi sa iyang kanang uyap gahapon hilabot sa yan ka kanang pabuto ngayon na palit na so nga na example sa kanang authentic assessment. So next is we have the criteria of an authentic assessment task. So be built around topics or issues of interest to the students. So as a teacher, it is very important na mag-deliver ka ng mga topics or ng mga discussions sa ang students is based sa ilahan ng mga interest ito nila sa kinabuhi or kanang makarelate sila ba? Para kanabitang ma-engage sila maminaw sa tuwa. For example, kintakay ka ng maminaw na yung chismis mga tiguang. Di ba, dili mo gano'ng maminaw, dili mo makarelate. So it is very important to build around topics or issues na related or interest sa itong mga students. So next is replicate real-world communication context and situation. Just like what I've said earlier, na kanang relate sila sa ilahang kanang mga real-world na kanang mga nakita ko during around sa community. Then involve multi-stage tasks and real problems that require creative use of language rather than simple repetition. So, if ever ka nang maghatag ka ng mga assessment sa students, dili na ta mag-base na kanang, dili na ta simply maghatag ka ng mga more on mga facts nga na. Dapat ka nang ikuan na to, i-provoke ko na to ilang thinking skills. Like ka nang maghatag ka ng more on creating, mga essay, kay magamit na to na sa pag-board exam, dito nga na is more on situational because provoke na nila ang thinking. So next is, require learners to produce a quality product or performance. So just like what I said earlier again, nakatong product or performance na ito. Mag-demonstrate ang bata. So that is one of the criteria of an authentic assessment task. Then, introduce the students to the evaluation criteria and standards. So again, kung hatag ang performance, we need to introduce the students first the criteria before mag-perform sila performance. Before sila nga sa ilang hihit target of dako. Ay ka nang hihit, bitaw ka ng criteria ilang hihit para makagay sila ako mga grades. For example, tayo mga nagtutulak. Ang kanang costume is 2 points ra. Hindi na sila mga bang kay dako mahal na abang niya 2 points ra ang costume. Next is involve the interaction between assessor and the person assessed. So, involve assessor means teacher. The person can be assessed in exam students. Interaction or having an effective communication with the students and teachers is very important. Allow for self-evaluation and self-correction as they proceed. So, let the students realize kung sila nagka-mistake. Dili mismo ang teacher may ganun. Uy, ikaw ang Ivy, alam ka nagkamali. Kung ikaw alin, hindi naman ako yung answer. So, kailangan na ito i-introduce muna ang kanang concepts before nila ma-realize na, mali din ko sa kong answer at kung gusto ko din answer. So next is, we have the different principles in assessing learning using alternative methods. So, Assessment is both process and product oriented. So this is self-explanatory, right? So process is kind of how the students learn. Then the product oriented, what they learn. So next is assessment should focus on higher order cognitive outcomes. Kapag itong mga, alam mo itong mga higher order thinking skills, we have the remembering, the understanding, the analyzing, the applying, the evaluating, the creating. Dapat mag-focus yan na. Next, yes. Next is we have the assessment can include the measure of non-cognitive learning outcomes. So tests can check things like how hard someone tries and how will they work with others, not just what they know. So kanang dili ka na bitang it is important na malay collaboration dito sa mga students para maka-learn sila what they learn sa others, para maka-share sila ideas. So next is assessment should reflect real life, real world context. Just like what I said earlier, again, ibalik-balik na nato, it should be ang kanang kapoko sila o kanang relate na may mukhang interest or kanang real life na kanang scenario, ang mga scenarios ng mga students, para na sila interest or engage sila sa mga klase. So, assessment must be comprehensive and holistic. So, assessment looks at the whole student, not just one subject. It considers their strengths and weaknesses. Next is assessment should lead to student learning. So, para mag-atang assessment, dapat yun nga ka lang maka-learn ng mga students. So, may purpose na katamaran sa mga assessment, hindi maka-learn ng mga students. That ends my discussion. Bago mo yung mga pangutanan, nasagutan ba mo? Yes. Very good. And this time, we're going to have a group task. So the group task. So I'll divide the class into 4 groups and give each group a question. So each member will share what they understand or their idea of the question. So any question is based on sa akong discussion. Liminaw mo, of course, share mo sa iyong raman. So the group will then summarize its idea or answer and present its work in a creative way. Same na po yung creative way, bigyan na, or video mag-early recording lang mo, pageant pa mo, or mag-abansa pa mo diha, never masiwan, basta kahit creative way. Okay, parang kang sugod.
Okay, good morning, class. Good morning, ma'am. Okay, so how are you today?
Fine. Still alive.
Why are you so lousy? What happened? You didn't eat your breakfast? Eat your breakfast, Miss Celeste? Why? Okay, so now I give you some research about the topic. Can you recap what those topics, Miss Itis?
It's about traditional assistant and afternoon assistant.
Okay, very good. Give her a round of applause. Very good. How about can you give our slide some example about the traditional assessment? Can you please raise your hand? Miss Collins.
Some paper, pencil, pieces, or
Very good. Give her a many applause. assessment. Can you please raise your hand, Miss Randaras, right?
Yes.
Okay, madam.
So, traditional assessment is assessment where you can measure the students' learning through a pencil paper.
Okay, thank you very much. How about the definition of the traditional assessment? Miss Pilayre. Very shy, very.
Alternative assessment refers to non-traditional evaluating student learning, focusing on real-world application, critical thinking, and student problem solving rather than standardized tests.
Okay, very good. How about those girls sleeping in that? Miss Lana? Why are you sleeping? Okay, I have a sound question for you. Can you please differentiate the traditional assessment and the alternative assessment? Okay, it's okay.
I think the difference. I think the difference between the two assessments is that in traditional assessment, it measures students' knowledge or it measures what they know about the topic or the discussion. While on the other hand, the alternative assessment measures what students can do. So basically, it focuses more on the project-based assessments like presentations, role playing, or solving problems. Yeah.
Okay, very good. Everyone. Also now, you can now differentiate about the traditional and the assessment, traditional assessment and the alternative assessment. Now get 1/2 sheet of paper and then we have some short quiz today. But by the way, the time's over. Tomorrow I will give you the performance task to be sent tomorrow, okay? Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're the group 2, and today we will present the models of alternative assessment. So, first, C. Alright, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon,
Alright, so our topic for today will be about assessment. So, who can tell me what is an assessment? Raise your hand. Maybe for the process.
Assessment is the process of gathering quantitative and or qualitative data for the purpose of making decisions.
Alright, very good. Please give a hand. So I think you already know what is an assessment. So the discussion went on until it's time for the end of class. Okay, so it's time now. Please stand and let's have a prayer. Amen. Goodbye, class.
Good. And thank you, Ma'am PJ.
So as you can see, the first model of
Thank you.
So as you can see, the first model of alternative assessment is the emergent assessment. It is about the teacher assessing the learning of the students with direct and indirect observation. So the direct observation was when the teacher assessed their understanding about the word assessment, and the indirect observation is when the students ask the information from their peers or their classmates. So for the second C. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Please get your module and answer the free test on page 5. Don't worry, it's just a free test, so we won't have our discussions after that. And also the process. Very done? Okay, so we're done checking your papers. Please give me your scores. Okay. Oh my God, so you are
You only got those scores. But don't worry, just a pre-test. We will have our discussions and we will have another quiz after that. So the teacher discussed the topic for the day and she let her students answer the post-test assessment. Okay, so now give me your scores.
9.
10. Okay, so out of 10, you almost got the perfect scores. Now give me your hand. So the second model of alternative assessment is about development assessment. So as the word development said, the teacher assesses the development of the student's understanding throughout the discussion or the instruction. So the third and last C. Okay, good afternoon everyone. Now I will teach you the steps of cha-cha. Do you want to know the steps of cha-cha? I will demonstrate it to you and you will dance cha-cha after that, okay? So you dance it like this. Did you understand? Yes, ma'am. Okay, you should practice that and you will dance in front of your classmates. Bye, yes.
Okay, puli na.
Okay, so please stand. Okay, so show me what you got. Go in front of your classmates. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, thank you so much for performing in front of your class. Sit down. Okay, so the learning scene shows about the last model of alternative assessment, which was the authentic assessment. So when we say authentic assessment, the teacher assesses the students' progress or learning through performance-based and product-based assessments. So what we've shown was all about the performance-based assessment where the students showed what they got. That's it. That's all.
Go.
Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I mean, good afternoon, classmates. Good afternoon.
Okay, sit down. So today I'm going to be the instructor and I'm going to teach you the basic movement of folk dance. So, first movement is like this. What? The second that's okay. Okay, then. First. Okay, second. Third. Then fourth movement. Fifth. Then sixth. Okay, did you get it?
Get it.
Yes. Okay, so you perform it. Then the next day, okay, balik ko. Class, good. So now is the day that you perform the basic movement of whole dance. So let's start. Then show me what you got. Okay, first movement. Second movement.
Ang yagaw makitaan.
Student group to, ma'am, di ba? Group to. Group to, ma'am. Okay, get ready.
Go!
Okay, go.
First movement. You will ano? The one is. The one is. Okay, muna. The one. Di nga.
Wala. Uy, exactly.
One. Okay. Second movement. Third. Third movement. Fourth.
And last.
Last. Fifth. Last six. I think I'll learn a good flow, so that's okay. Bye now. Thank you.
Oh.
Good afternoon, class.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, before we proceed to our new topic, who can recall about our topic yesterday?
So the topic we discussed today is about the alternative methods of assessing learning.
Okay, what are the four methods of alternative methods of assessment?
First is performance assessment.
One by one another. What else?
Portfolio assessment.
Use of rubrics. And the last one is?
Use of checklists.
Okay, for now, let's just focus about the performance-based assessment. Okay, what is the performance-based assessment?
Performance-based assessment is a method of evaluating students' knowledge, skills, and abilities through activities or performance.
Okay, very good. So, for this time, I will introduce you the basic steps of it. Okay, let me do it first. First is the touch step. Watch out. Touch step. Next is the breathing step. Then the flow step. The cross step. Then the heel toe change step. The last one. Okay, all you have to do is to research these steps on YouTube, and you will perform it tomorrow in front of the class. Understood?
Yes,
Okay. Let's